to see you today. How are you?
Hello, Carol. Nice to see you. I am very fine. You?
Yeah, I'm fine. We had a long week. Yourself
Yeah.
as a consultant, myself as a coach. Um, so we explained last time, talking about strategy, human working with AI, and techniques and humanity. We said we would give some tips for people working with AI in their companies or struggling in their understanding of why AI is in the company. And I would like we approach today first the strategy and AI. And I have 2 points to address today with you, and you gave me a good example that you will approach later. Is the
Yeah.
first point is let's start with business problems first, because many companies, they fail because they begin with which AI should we buy? So that's what we said last week, instead of what operational frictions cost
Mm.
us time or money, which customer experiences are weak, which repetitive decisions slow the business. And so we said together, you and I, that finally the good AI projects, they usually target customer service efficiency, sales support, because I know that, when we call customer service, we most of the time now we fall on a chatbot, and it's very
Yeah.
difficult to speak to someone. And finally, we don't get the answer we are looking for most of the time. You've all had that with a delivery, for example, or calling a service for something you
Yeah.
bought, or a
Yeah.
service. And uh, for customer service, it's a very good example because I worked for a long time in customer service, and I
Yeah.
still say that the company should look at their strategy, at their management, instead of looking at which AI tool do we need. Because this AI tool finally doesn't give the
Yeah.
result they want. And you told me about something else also, Andrea.
Yes, you're right. I agree completely because I think that's the focus on AI at the moment is taking a lot of time and resources. Um, did we also think about which programs we are using in that way? No. So I
Mm.
think it's really the part of the leadership, it's the part of the CEO, it's the part of the
Yeah.
company to take the decision which AI is has to be used, which AI is important, and what does it mean for our different departments, for example for sales, for example for customer services, to bring out really the best results on the customers, on the shareholders, on the stakeholders in the same time.
And then we come to the point of the training when
Yeah.
when the companies think AI is more important than people, and they want to train people about that. But
Yeah.
finally, you gave me a very good example before.
Yeah.
The result was not really there.
Yeah, and, it's it was for me, it was really strange to see that because
Yeah.
normally we have in some levels, high leveled executives positions, you are having that kind of trainings.
Mm-mm.
But I recognize that there are some companies, maybe they are using these programs for all the different departments, even for employees. They are completely overwhelmed because they don't even know the materials they are
Yeah.
talking
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
about, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they have to filter it out what is good, for example, for the sales department, what is good for the production department, what is good for the back office department, for the customer service department. And it's nice to build a group or to have the experience, you know, you have the imagination of the employee community, but not in that way that I give them webinar programs. They are going to see a video and then they have to answer questions they didn't even know what's going on, you know?
So it takes off the humanization of everything finally, because
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that, that's what I see for years. We see that for years now, but everything's processed.
Yes.
Everything is a process that we have to follow to do the job, and yeah, it removes so much natural creativity that a team can have and to find solutions. So I wonder if it goes quicker or not.
Yes, you know, the AI, as we talked about it and we said it before, the AI is an instrument. It is a team, a kind of a team behind. We can use it, but the AI should not use us as instruments.
Yeah, that's what we said last time, that the brain comes first,
Exactly.
and the brain doesn't drive us.
Yeah,
That's what I mentioned last time, because it's true that AI shouldn't be our master. We should be the master of AI.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
so
So,
you're right. When we bring process in the company, we just let the process driving us.
yeah. Yes.
That's very,
The-
it's a bit worrying, because now I can see people at work, for example, or in some companies where I do coaching.
Mhm.
I can see people say, "Oh, but that's not the process we should follow." And
Mm.
then it's like, okay, but you have the right to think by yourself, still.
Yeah.
It's a bit worrying. Yeah. Um,
But you know, you told me before there is a very nice strategy we could really create for the companies, and now we can give the tips for that. Um, but I have really to say to all the people and all the CEOs, executives, just take someone with the view from outside to make the installation, to filter out what is really um, important for the company, what do we need, what is senseless because it's becoming another meaning in the process, you know. But always you have to recognize it is a process. It is not just a button you can press and it's done.
yeah, because finally, when we are talking about this, we are talking about a sort of AI governance. So how the strategy is going to be driven, uh,
Mm,
and what will be the responsibility of the executives, as we said also last time. So, for example, I don't know what employees may or may not upload into AI systems, approved AI tools, data privacy rules. You are going to tell me, oh, but this is set up in the companies already. But I would say yes, it is, but as processes, not as an open mind process that's going to evolve quickly and regularly with humans.
yes, exactly.
And
So
so, yeah.
yeah, I can tell you that we have really to build a good workforce, you know?
Yeah, so the tips we could give to the companies for their strategy is to build a strong human workforce, as
Yeah.
you just said. And then they should have a very clear AI governance involving executives that should establish what
Yeah.
employee is doing what, working on what, with a
Data
very strong
privacy. Yeah.
data privacy rules.
Yeah.
They said they have, but we can see a lot of data rules that are not very respected at the moment, but we'll come back to it. And then we said before that we need the company need to consider the business problems before having an AI tools.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And I think the example of the training course you gave, can you tell us in which way it was not useful, the training course you mentioned?
Yes, it was not it was not directly filtered out for the people. They're gonna use it. They have to use it. They have to know. They have to be in that program.
Or you
Um,
mean to build the program, they should have engaged people first.
yes,
Oh,
of
yeah,
course. You
I
have to.
see.
Yeah, you have to build groups. You have to filter out for which kind of person is this, for which kind of
Mm.
department is it, and also if, for example, it's international or national. However, you have to know that also the regional things are different, and then the level of the education of the people, the level of the knowledge of the people, you have to know exactly who knows what until now. And it,
But Andrea, do you think the companies are going to have the patience to do this with their employees, or are they going to kill the cost very quickly, saying AI will replace the employees I was paying too much, and now I'm going to save cost? That's what we said last time too. What do you think about that?
no, I think about that we cannot replace the humans. We cannot um, we cannot change the knowledge by using AI. It's not possible because you need to have the basic instruments, the
Mm.
basic education, the basic knowledge. So if you sit down, if you take someone um, for a position and you think this person can use AI and
Mm.
doesn't have to have any knowledge of the basics, it's wrong.
Yeah,
We have to have humans and resources in the same way like always we had them, you
mm.
know? So
Yeah,
for me, I see the AI as a goodie, as a benefit,
yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
as as an mechanism for controlling, for a check, for a double check, but not instead of.
Yeah, 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 sure, sure. I think we are making a big mistake at the moment, going too fast, thinking that is going to cut the cost. And
Yes.
many company made a big mistake in their strategy about that. Um, Also, I've seen, just to conclude, I've seen a movie very interesting recently, um, which is I'm not going to give the title there. I will give the title maybe in the comments, guys, if you want to look at it, watch it. But it's AI mixed with the brain of human. And AI provide information to the human brain, and human brain gives
Yes.
information to the AI. And it's like a third entity. It's futurist, of course. It was a futurist movie, sci-fi movie, but I think we should consider it that they are still working on that, I guess. And I would be curious to see what we would say in 10 years, because it's going
Yes.
to go very fast, very, very fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank
But
you.
it,
Yeah,
it's
tell
it's
me.
really it's really interesting what about the video, because everything we are using, we are talking of, we are putting inside is going to be filtered out,
Mm.
and used by the AI, because who is the AI in reality?
Yeah. It becomes an
Yeah,
entity in itself. Yeah.
exactly. So we were giving all our knowledge, all our experience
Yeah.
to the AI, and it's not finished. Yeah, it's going on. So it's really depending on what we are doing with the AI. As
Exactly. Like a second hand instead of all the body. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that if we look at the, for example, the Gen Z, they want to have the social, the communities, they have to have, they want to have their meetings, they want to get in touch. It is very important, and we have to be very careful for this. We
Yeah.
cannot cut them off, you know
Yeah. You're right. Well, thank you very much for sharing this, Andrea. I think it's a very good
yeah.
point. Thank you to all of you who follow us. Subscribe, like, share, comment. We need your comments to share with you, and see you at our next video.
Yes, hope to see
Or the other tips. We give more deep technical tips step by step. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, and hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon too. Bye.
Bye.